Welcome to The Educator. My name is Martin Buerta. Please enjoy this presentation. In this presentation, we are taking a look at WH Auden's poem Funeral Blues. What do you expect from a poem with the title Funeral Blues? I want you to think of the denotative meaning as well as the connotative meaning. Also, look at the word funeral and then look at the word blues separately. Write down your ideas. Funeral Blues by WH Auden. Stop all the clocks, cut off the telephone, prevent the dog from barking with the juicy bone, silence the pianos, and with a muffled drum bring out the coffin, let the mourners come. Let aeroplanes circle, moaning overhead, scribbling on the sky the message, he is dead. Put crepe bows round the white necks of the public doves, let the traffic policemen wear black cotton gloves. He was my north, my south, my east and west, my working week and my Sunday rest, my noon, my midnight, my talk, my song. I thought that love would last forever. I was wrong. The stars are not wanted now. Put out everyone. Pack up the moon and dismantle the sun. Pour away the ocean and sweep up the wood, for nothing now can ever come to any good. Let us now take a closer look at the first stanza. The speaker uses imperatives or commands to direct the world to stop its activity and to pay attention to this specific death. There's also the use of everyday objects in clocks, telephone, a dog barking, pianos, and muffled drum. And it's used in the formal setting of this elegy. If we look at the first 3 lines of the poem, this is where the tension builds, and the climax is in the 4th line, where we read the word coffin and the word mourners that links to death and a funeral. Lastly, it's important to note that the speaker wants or needs the world to acknowledge this death with respect. The word silence links with respect here. When we take a look at the second stanza, we see that the personal reaction in the first stanza expands to the public arena. It starts off with an image of skywriting where the speaker wants the world to know about this death. Also interesting is the word choice in moaning that fits within the context of the poem. Aeroplanes are also personified in this line, and moaning is also an example of onomatopoeia. In line 2 of this stanza, he is dead, we have a capital letter H that can indicate respect as well as the importance of the deceased to the speaker. Put crepe bows round the white necks of the public doves. Let the traffic policemen wear black cotton gloves. This indicates to us that the speaker wants public ceremony, visible commemoration of the loved one's death. We also see that where traffic policemen would normally wear white gloves, they are asked to wear black gloves in this instant to show that they mourn publicly. If we look at the third stanza, the focus now shifts to the relationship between the speaker and the deceased. In this stanza, various ways are listed in which the deceased belonged to the speaker that indicates the importance of him. He was everything to him. The repetition of the pronoun my indicates how important the deceased was to the speaker. In the second line of this stanza, we have a contrast between the word week and the word rest, my working week and my Sunday rest, indicating that the deceased was not just part of the speaker's working week, but also of his resting time, usually over a weekend on a Sunday. In the third line, my noon, my midnight. The contrast between noon and midnight is evident, but it basically comes down to the deceased was part of every waking hour from 12 to 12. The same with my talk, my song, my everyday communication versus my special celebratory communication. The stanza ends with a romantic falsehood. I thought that love would last forever. It's simple, it's very romantic. Is it a cliche? And then the anticlimax breaks the tension. I was wrong. This shows the poet's or the speaker's utter disappointment. When we come to the last stanza, we now see that the speaker's reaction to the passing of the loved one expands even further into nature and the universe. This whole stanza creates a powerful sense of loss, of meaning to the poet's life. It starts off with, the stars are not wanted now. Put out everyone. Stars, usually seen as a romantic symbol, is not wanted now. In the put out everyone, we have hyperbole, and the speaker is asking for the impossible. This emphasizes his new sense of futility and pessimism. In the word pack, the poet returns to the imperatives and commands that we also saw in the first paragraph, in the first stanza. He requests, impossible, pack up the moon, dismantle the sun, pour away the ocean, sweep up the wood. These are romantic symbols, but the speaker does not have any interest in it anymore. He does not have any interest in love anymore. Pour away the ocean and sweep up the wood, for nothing now can ever come to any good. The speaker continues here to ask for the impossible. Oceans and wood represents the land and the sea, and he wants all of it to disappear. Finally, in the final line, for nothing now can come to any good. The final line is straightforward, simple, and harsh. It shows the pessimism and utter despair of the grieving speaker. Creates a sense of finality, and it's not clear that the speaker knows how to progress from here, how to move forward from here. The poem consists of 16 lines divided into 4 stanzas of equal length, each of them 4 lines, therefore they are quatrains. There is also a fixed rhyme pattern in this poem. The poet makes use of rich imagery throughout the poem. We find an example of personification in line 5 and also onomatopoeia in line 5. The poem has a regular rhythm. Funeral Blues by WH Auden. Stop all the clocks, cut off the telephone. Prevent the dog from barking with the juicy bone. Silence the pianos and with muffled drum bring out the coffin. Let the mourners come. Let aeroplanes circle, moaning overhead, scribbling on the sky the message, he is dead. Put crepe bows round the white necks of the public doves. Let the traffic policemen wear black cotton gloves. He was my north, my south, my east and west, my working week and my Sunday rest, my noon, my midnight, my talk, my song. I thought that love would last forever. I was wrong. The stars are not wanted now. Put out everyone. Pack up the moon and dismantle the sun. Pour away the ocean and sweep up the wood. For nothing now can ever come to any good. Thank you for watching The Educator. My name is Martin Botha. Please remember to subscribe on YouTube for more presentations.